Hi everyone, I've been doing the carnivore diet for just over 2 months and these are my top 10 benefits that I've experienced and you can expect to experience as well. First of all, skin. The moment I stopped using all skin products and started the carnivore diet, my skin got way better. It is much less inflamed, I get less pimples and my skin feels like it has a glow around it. I've struggled with cystic acne my whole life, and the doctors always told me that it was hormonal because I was a teenager, and they've always told me to go on drugs like Accutane or to cut out dairy and stuff. But this is the true only thing that's fixed my skin, just removing everything else and just eating fatty red meat. Now my face is also way less puffier, and I think this is due to the decrease in carbs because carbs are pro-inflammatory and they can hold water in your face aloft and make you seem like you're a higher body fat percent than you truly are. This is a benefit you can expect to see within as little as 1 week on the carnivore diet, and as every week goes by, your skin will just get better and better. Next up, energy. My energy has been amazing. I feel like a kid again. It's a different type of energy though. It's not the energy that I've been used to my whole life. When I ate carbohydrates, my energy was like this. It used to come in waves, there was many ups and downs, and I'd always have, moments where I feel good for a little bit, and then I crash heaps later. Now, since cutting out the carbs and following this diet, it's a much more consistent flow of constant energy. No ups and downs, it's heaps stable, and overall there's just way more of it. Also, I don't need coffee like normal people to feel good in the morning. I just wake up, doesn't matter if I got 5-6 hours of sleep, and I still feel amazing. Now we all know how important sleep is, so what are the main benefits you get with sleep on the carnivore diet? Now my sleep is better quality, I don't need much of it anymore to get the same benefits. Maybe now I can get 5 hours of sleep and I feel the same as I did with 8 hours before this diet. I fall asleep quicker. When I wake up, I don't have that slow lethargic carbohydrate or sugar brain. I just feel awake straight away, I don't feel tired in the morning. I wake up and I just burst out of bed. I also have a lot of friends who stopped snoring and helped a lot with sleep apnea if you guys have, issues with snoring as well. So yeah, sleep is great. So yeah, of course, like, you need to get a lot of sleep, it's good for you. But if you ever like catch yourself not having much sleep because maybe you're up doing an assignment or, working late shifts or something, this diet is definitely the way because you just don't really need much of it to feel the same benefits as you did before when you were eating carbs. Now, mental stability and mood swings. We're always told that teenagers get mood swings and, being a teenager, you get angry and you get happy and your mood changes a lot. I always thought this was normal. And, I'm 18 now. As a man, it's not really a trait I want. I don't want my feelings to have such big toll on me and, constantly dictate my mood and, I want to have control over my life. I've always been somewhat mentally unstable and, not really been able to control, the thoughts that come in my head and how I feel about it. This diet changed everything. I still experience negative thoughts sometimes, but they don't overwhelm me and I'm much more resilient to these thoughts and I can rationalize these thoughts much better without letting them consume me or take over my whole world. Now, I think this is actually due to being in ketosis and reducing the carbs. I think most people's brains actually run better on ketones. And I also think that carbs can cause a lot of inflammation in the brain. And I think just cutting out all the toxins, your brain can just function better and, not be as affected by, things of the world that stress your mood. And if anyone's out there suffering with mental illness or has some sort of like, anxiety, depression, I can tell you, depression, if you have that, go on this diet. I'm not saying it's 100% cure, but for me personally, I've been on drugs, I've been on all these things, and my mood has never felt better. I feel so stable. I don't have any symptoms of depression anymore. I just feel great. Now, focus and mental clarity. Wow. I can focus for hours on end. Brain fog is gone. My brain is sharp, driven, and feels amazing. And I've always struggled with focus my whole life, always had brain fog. I could never listen in class. Had a lack of focus. I was diagnosed with ADHD and they told me that, you gotta go on these drugs so you can't focus very well. I can't even explain the benefits. My brain just feels on a different level. Like, even recording these videos right now, usually, if I was to do any sort of, hard work, I'd get, brain fog, I'd have a lot of negative thoughts. But right now I just have this, just clarity, this flow state. My brain just feels fantastic. Now, I think focus and mental clarity is one of the main benefits in this diet. And if you struggle in that area, you just want more of it, this is 100% the way for you. Wow, have I had more time? I mean, it's so good barely having to think about food. I mean, most people spend hours and hours a day cooking these fancy meals and going to the groceries and, making these really fancy stir fries, and it's not needed and it just takes a lot of time. I mean, what's quicker than chucking a steak in the pan for 5 minutes and, cooking it and then just cleaning it up? It doesn't take long. Just all you use is a pan and chuck some steak on, you're done. I've just had way more time to work on other things. Food's not always on my mind. It's great, because, time is money, and it's a very valuable currency that you can't really get much of. So I think it's great to just be cutting out unnecessary uses of time in your life. Also, I save time because I don't have to waste time putting toxic skin products on my skin or sunscreen or, using heaps of deodorants and stuff. It's just great. Now, sun. I don't get sunburnt anymore. I didn't think this was possible. I thought my whole life, you spend time in the sun, and you get sunburnt. You need sunscreen. I actually did an experiment. The last 3 days it was really sunny, and I went out into the sun as long as possible, and I did not get burnt. I just woke up with a nice tan. Now, I'm sure this is a benefit that a lot of people want, and it's one that you can expect on a carnivore diet. Now, I think this is due to the reduction of seed oils on the carnivore diet, because you're cooking all your foods in butter, not like canola oil or all these toxic oils that are really high in omega-6s, and also seed oils have linoleic acid in them, which make you more prone to get sunburnt. They did a study in rats, and it shows that rats that consume seed oils are 6 times more likely to get sunburnt. And obviously the sun is good for you, so you want to spend as much time in the sun as possible without getting burnt. Now, body fat. This diet is literally a cheat code for losing fat. I mean, it's so easy. I've lost 20 kilograms in the last 2 months without feeling tired, lethargic. I've been full the whole time, and I've been eating all the foods that I love. I mean, it's easier to stick to than any other diet, because all the other ones I've tried, maybe I've lost weight for a week, and then it's gone back up, and my mood's been bad, and it starves me. I'm not feeling mentally good. However, with this diet, you have only the most nutrient-dense food, and you cut out all other possible sources of calories that you don't need, such as carbs, and you just feel better, so the weight loss just comes naturally as a side effect. I think because you're cutting out carbs, also being in a state of constant ketosis just allows your body to use fat for fuel, and if you have a lot of body fat, sometimes I don't even need to eat because my body just uses the fat around my waist or the fat on my stomach just as fuel, My relationship with food has changed massively. I've always viewed food as like a comfort or like a pleasure, but now I view it as nutrition, which is what it should be. If I'm bored or I'm feeling down or I'm not feeling well, I never go to food as a comfort source anymore, which is what it should be. I mean, after eating food, I'd always feel guilty or terrible, and I'd always, think, oh, maybe I'm gonna gain weight or it's not good for me. But this has totally changed. I look forward to every meal that I eat, and after I eat it, I just feel great, and it's made me start to actually enjoy eating food again in a healthy way that's not toxic. I also think that food consumes people's lives a lot, and I think that, throughout the day, it's always on people's minds, what's the next meal, what's this, but it just hasn't been in my mind. Like, say if I'm watching a movie, which I don't do often, I don't need to have snacks. Most people need to have snacks. It's way more convenient. I can go long periods of time without eating and I'm fine. I'm not really a nuisance in like public situations or out with friends. If I haven't eaten in a while, I don't need to complain and just, be like, oh, I'm really hungry, I need some food, because all the food that I'm eating is really satiating, so it just keeps me full for a long time. My inflammation levels have massively reduced. I can't even explain it. Like, after working out, I don't get sore anymore. Maybe a little bit of DOMS, but it goes straight away. Like, I just don't really get sore. I just feel like I can keep working out. My skin is not really puffy anymore. It's way less inflamed. And also, I don't get joint pains anymore, and the inflammation is just so much lower in my body. I mean, if you ever struggle with chronic pain or have any sort of, pain that's lasting for a while, this is like nature's pain medication. It makes it just go down so much. It may not 100% cure it, but it just helps you, it helps just reduce it a lot. And I don't have any autoimmune conditions, but I hear a lot from people that say it cures a lot of autoimmune conditions, and it helps, reduce the inflammation in their body, so they're not like flaring up from these things like eczema or all these other conditions. And it's just, it just really lets your body reset and resets to your natural levels, which is not inflamed. Now, most of these benefits start to occur within the first 2 weeks, such as skin, relationship with food, save time, and stuff like that. However, our bodies are in the healing process, so the benefits that we experience now will only get much better the longer you stick to this diet. I mean, it makes sense. We've been eating toxic and inflammatory foods for years, maybe 18, 30, 50 years of our life. And it's not just gonna take a 1 day an easy quick fix to cut this all out. Our body needs to heal. I'll update you guys once I hit the 6-month mark and I'll let you know the benefits I experienced and the ones you can expect to as well. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to support our videos, please consider subscribing. Thank you.